And we're back. Eileen Bradshaw is the head of the Food Bank of Eastern Oklahoma and is with us today. It's good to see you again.
It's nice to see you.
I'm beginning to feel like you're family.
I know, I love coming here.
Well, that's good news. All right, how are we doing? How are things at the food bank?
We're busy. We just had a board meeting last night, getting ready to prepare our budget for the next fiscal year. And, we're holding our own. But there are programs that we'd like to be able to expand, which frankly, funding is going to be an issue.
Sure. I can't help but wonder, I see, and I need to qualify this and explain it a little bit. When I'm out at night with a camera, shooting folk that have no home for a project that I'm working on, and I can't help but wonder, that's one level. One level above that is another group, and these folk have a place to stay, but they don't have enough to eat either. And you're filling a bill there. You're helping in so many different ways, but it just seems the numbers are growing.
Sam, I think you hit a really important point in that when you go out at night and you see the homeless, and you can fairly well assume that they're struggling with hunger as well. And that's true. But the face of hunger is not uniform, and it's very complicated. We definitely are dealing with those folks. And then the group above, as you say, in terms of economic ladder, they're working. They fear being homeless. Rent gets paid the first of the month, transportation the second, and quite often they have to start looking for food on the third. And then there's a lot of folks that you would never suspect who have to go out and seek food incrementally. They make enough most months, but if there's any kind of a disaster at home, a car repair, an illness, then they have to go out and get food because the budget isn't wide enough.
This is the warehouse.
Yes, sir.
Your warehouse.
Yes, sir.
Does it look like that today?
No, but we're not low on food today either. We actually, the warehouse holds enough for us to turn it we turn the warehouse about 7 times a year.
No kidding.
So that amount of food goes over about 7 times a year, but that's just part of what we do. We also do a lot with fresh produce, which never hits the racks that you're seeing. And we have a lot of partner programs that will pick up a retail store directly. And so a lot of the food that we distribute really never gets on those racks. Some of it never even comes to the food bank. We're a matchmaker with the retail store and the partner program that needs the food.
I know what you do is a necessity. And more people should be incredibly grateful to you for the job you have and the job you do. But I gotta tell you, there must be times when you go to bed at night and just before you drift off to sleep, you have to feel some sense of, I did it. I'm helping somebody, but there are others. And then you're awake and you're back up sitting on the side of the bed. How many times a week does that happen?
6. I give myself one night off. But it's true. I'm very proud of the work we do. I'm proud of the colleagues that I work with on our partner programs. And we're helping so many people. And when you meet them individually and they tell you how 5 years ago we were a bridge to a better place for them, you really do feel good. But then you start calculating how many people aren't over that bridge yet, and are we reaching all of them? So it's always a dance of, feeling good about what we've done and being proud and knowing that there's good work, and then knowing that there's more to do.
I don't know how you function, and the fine folk who work with you on a daily basis, knowing, okay, that's one day out of the way. Now we got 364 more to go.
I really had to have a mind shift when I came to the food bank because I had come from a partner program where I met more of the people that we were helping very directly, heard their problems, could see a way to kind of at least alleviate them incrementally in the same visit. And with the food bank, it is more of a strategic role for the staff there because we don't get to meet everyone that we're helping. We don't even probably get to meet 1%.
I'm going to tell you a short story. It's going to take a couple of minutes, so I'm warning the control room. But I have a reason for bringing it up. About 10 years ago, there was an experiment conducted at a top 10 university. Well, they brought a group of students into this audio video area, and they'd cleaned it out. And they had a camera there, and these were all volunteer students. And they said, we're going to have you watch these 2 basketball players. And 6 more are going to join them, and they're just going to be passing the ball around at first slowly. Then they're going to pass it fast. And what we want you to do is when we point to you, we want you to start counting the number of times that ball is passed. They conducted this experiment over a period of a week. It's called the monkey in the room. In the middle of it all, a fellow walks out in a gorilla suit, walks through the middle of the action, and walks out. Not one student saw the monkey. And it's called focused vision. They were watching
What they were told to watch.
what they were told to watch. They weren't watching the monkey. They didn't see him. It didn't register on the brain. Now, there's a song by Peter, Paul, and Mary called Don't Laugh at Me. And in that song, there's a line, I'm the beggar on the corner, and I've noticed, that our eyes never meet. They are the monkey in the room. They become the monkey in the room. The poor, the homeless, the people who are hungry, and we're around them all the time. Not necessarily in the street corner. We work around them.
We work around them.
They're in the classroom, and they're hungry.
They're in the classroom on both sides. Sometimes they're behind the desk. They're sometimes the people that are serving our children lunch, and sometimes they're the crossing guard. I was flying to a conference a couple of weeks ago, and this woman came up to me and said, I know you. Are you a teacher? And I said, no, I'm not. And she came back a little bit later. The flight was delayed. I know you. Do you work at Walmart? I said, no, I don't. Anyway, she came running up to me as we were boarding the plane and said, you work at the food bank. And she had received food from one of our direct service programs a couple of years ago. And she said, look at me now. She said, and her daughter's with her, she goes, we're doing really good. I have a job. I'm flying to see my grandmother. She goes, I made it. Thank you. And that was such a moment of,
That'll
probably,
help you sleep nights.
It does. But when you talk about the person in the room, chances are the people that she was around at that time didn't know she was experiencing this kind of issue.
Never knew it.
Never knew it.
It's a funny thing, too, not funny at all to laugh at. New Mexico's got a major problem out there called the shame program. Have you heard about it?
Yes.
Where if a child can't afford to pay for the lunch,
Yes.
they'll take it away from the child and throw it in the trash.
I read.
Rather than feed that child.
Yes.
Hey, you got a fundraiser coming up. Tell me
do.
about
Empty
that.
bowls.
Empty bowls.
It's the most fun you can have at 5:30 on a Tuesday night. It's a hunger awareness dinner. It's been going on for over 20 years now, and it's at Cox. On our website, it says it's sold out, but we have a few tickets left. If you're interested, you could call. And it's just
Tell me about the bowls.
the bowls are awesome. We have so many bowls, and we have artists that have made them. Each person that attends gets a souvenir bowl made by a potter. We have wood-turn bowls that are donated for sale in our auction. And then we have people who've traveled all over, and we've asked them to bring back an interesting bowl from their travels. So there's a lot of ways to get beautiful bowls for your home, and then that bowl serves as a reminder of the too many empty bowls in our community.
When is it again? We got 30
It
seconds.
is Tuesday night, April 25th.
Be there or go hungry.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Sam,
Such
so
a
much.
pleasure to have you. Always.
It's good
Anytime
to
you need
see
to be
you.
on, let us know. Okay?
Thank you so much.
We're all out of time. Thank you for being a part of it, and we'll see you again next time.